time to join the dark side.
Stay tuned as we review set number 75111, Darth Vader, here on TalkBricks. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of TalkBricks, where I bring you the latest in LEGO news and reviews. Don't forget to subscribe to make sure you don't miss out on any of my upcoming videos, but let's get right to it. Michael here, and I'm so excited to bring you guys a buildable figure Star Wars review. Today we have, of course, Darth Vader. This set has 160 pieces and retails for $29.99. The buildable figure line is new this year, and it is really a Hero Factory meets Bionicle meets Star Wars kind of line. It has all of these large Technic buildable parts that just snap together, and you can pose them in all sorts of great poses. The figure stands quite tall at 11.2 inches, which is very impressive. This figure has so many great details, so let's break them all down. The buildable figure line is made up of a skeleton-like structure and paneling that sits atop. Here you can see both of them side by side, and really how much this paneling adds to the overall aesthetic of Darth Vader. Starting down at the feet, we have this standard foot design, which is on all of the buildable figures. You can see here that there is an ankle joint as well as a knee joint. We get these brand new shin guard pieces, which really give it a great look. I really like the glossy armor design. At the back here you can see that the calf is filled out with another piece, and I think that this gives it a more complete look. Here on the left we can see some of the detailed printing, which provides that really nice pattern. This part is used throughout the model and really adds some nice details. The hips are nicely defined with these additional bits of armor. As we work our way up to the midsection, we can see this large armor plate piece which is attached. This provides some nice shaping to the abdomen, as well as some printing for that belt detail. Along the left and right side of the rib cage, we have that printed piece again to provide more details. As we work our way up to the chest, we can see this nice pectoral piece which provides some printing for that upper armor. We also get some of the electronic components that we are very familiar with right there. It's printed on this street sign piece that just clips on, and this whole center section of the body is actually a quite complicated build. This is not present in any of the other buildable figures. The shoulders are nicely armored. You'll notice that there is this inner armor piece here, as well as this outer shoulder bell, and you can see that they overlap to create a really nice look. The rest of the arm is bulked out with more of these armor pieces. Again, we get this same printed piece on the right, which looks so nice throughout the model. We can see at the end we have this standard buildable figure fist, which has an open slot for a Technic axle, which makes it perfect to hold this lightsaber hilt. The lightsaber hilt is made up of these two silver pieces that each go on either end. They are identical and just reversed to create that nice shape. And here we have the entire lightsaber piece. This is one piece of red plastic, but it is made up of two different materials. At both ends of this red piece we have a harder, clear plastic. This makes it much more ideal to slide into the lightsaber hilt. While the center of the blade is this more cloudy, softer plastic, which allows it to bend, which might have been a safety mechanism. Of course, the lightsaber can be held in two hands thanks to an extra red Technic pin that's included. But when held this way, I do find that the hilt of the saber looks extra long. Here at the back we can see Darth Vader's cape. It's made up of this soft material that is very flowy. The cape is easily slid over these two Technic pins and secured with this black Technic piece. The cape notably has this hole in the back, and that's because it's the same cape that's being used on Obi-Wan Kenobi, where the cape goes over the neck through that hole. With the cape lifted up, we can see some of this underlying structure. As I mentioned before, the build of this torso section is quite complicated. Anyone who fears Technic builds may have a little bit of trouble, but don't worry. And finally, everyone's favorite part of this set is gonna have to be this Darth Vader helmet. As we work our way around, we can see all of the amazing sculptural details that we would expect. We can see the large helmet piece, which looks so great in profile or from the front. It's just so well rendered here, and the sculptors did a really nice job. As we finish this rotation, we can see the other side, which has all of the same symmetrical details. And right at the front with that grill piece across the mouth, we also get some nice printing up here at these 3 points in silver. The Darth Vader buildable figure has a lot of posability, as you might expect. The head is on a ball joint which can look up and down, as well as left and right, and really rotate in all sorts of angles. The shoulder can move up and down, and you can see that the armor pieces kind of rotate around, which is really a nice detail. The elbow can't be bent too far this way, but if you turn it around, you can create a full bicep curl. The wrist has all sorts of articulation to create all of the different angles you might expect. There's no sort of ab crunch or waist articulation. The legs can move forward and backwards, as well as bend at the knee. The ankles are on full ball joints, so you can get all sorts of different angles to help you get it in all sorts of positions. And here we have everything back together for my final thoughts. This Darth Vader buildable figure is really fun. When I first saw pictures of these figures, I wasn't really sure what to make of them. They have such a low piece count, and they cost quite a bit of money. At that poor price to part ratio, would I find that I liked these at all? Darth Vader did make me quite pleasantly surprised. He has such a nice build, as it's more complicated in that torso region. The paneled armored look looks really perfect and fits very well with his character. I'd have to say that Darth Vader is probably the best in the line, and if you only wanted to get one, I would recommend Darth Vader by a long shot. The figure is quite large, definitely larger than I expected, and it makes a really nice piece on the shelf. Although the price is quite expensive for this one at $29.99, I do think that it could be worth it. As Darth Vader is such an iconic character, I'm really glad to add this one to my collection. But those are just my thoughts about the figure, and I'd love to hear yours in the comments down below. What are your thoughts about the buildable figure line? And which one is your favorite so far? And if you like what you saw here, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up down below and subscribe to make sure you don't miss out on any of my upcoming videos. That's all the time we've got for today. Thanks, and have a good one! Hey guys, Michael here. Don't forget to check out all of my The Force Awakens reviews by clicking on this annotation. Here you can watch the full playlist, and don't forget to subscribe to make sure you don't miss out on any of my upcoming videos. That is very flowy.
Checking. Here's what I found on the web for is very flowy. Have a look.
That's on camera.